What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Knowledge, Creative Rambling, episode 22. You know what it is. How y'all doing today? I'm up here on the top of the mountain. You know what I'm saying? Catching some of this good old fresh air. How y'all doing, man? What's good? How y'all doing mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially? I hope everybody's doing amazing in all four of those aspects, as I always ask. But yeah, and if we not, then shit, we need to get to doing the work to make sure all four of those meet. How about it? Get all those at 1,000%. Damn, 100. Feel me? Anyway, what's going on, Ramblers? Tell me something good, y'all. I'm gonna tell you something better. Let me see. It feels good up here. Let me tell you. Breeze is good. I don't know if it's part of that storm coming from Florida and all that. You know, they breezed over into Georgia, but yo, sun is out, but it ain't too hot. Nice breeze, still in shorts and tees. Yeah, it feels good. Just cooler. Let me explain too something about my t-shirt, by the way. See, it's a show called Fallout, right? It's also a game. It's a dope ass game, dope ass show. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Somebody asked me a question about my shirt. And I was like, oh, clearly they ain't seen the game or the show. But I just had to laugh. But either way, what's going on, y'all? You know me. I'm up here cool and I'm really on some meditative shit today because yeah, I had a great workout this morning. Day started off kind of it was going smooth and it's still actually going smooth, but it's one of those confusing days. You know what I'm saying? If you ever had one of those to where you don't know if you're going left or right, north or south. It's one of them days for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'll come up here to the mountain and meditate a little bit, just gather my thoughts. Make sure I'm doing all the right things. You feel what I'm saying? So let me see what else we got. I know you heard the term before. Get prepared to fail. You ever heard that shit? Sounds stupid as shit. Cause who wants to prepare to fail? You feel what I'm saying? But I'll give you some examples of those. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been times in my life to where I prepared and actually failed. One of those being on my driver's license. The first time I ever got my driver's license, here I am. I knew how to drive way before. I ain't do none of that. Go to school and somebody teach you or nah, hell no. I learned how to drive the old way. Somebody just, my mom tried to teach me a little bit. That's a whole nother story. I may get into that, but maybe I'll say that for another time. That's funny as hell, actually. But my cousins, my homies, shit. And I always would be like, yeah, I know how to drive. You know how to drive? Absolutely. Get behind the car and just roll with it. That's how I really learned how to drive for real. If you just want to get serious. But I remember, just kind of practicing and just like feeling like shit. I know how to drive already. Let me whip this, that. I'm gonna go get my driver's license. It ain't gonna be nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go take that shit. Took the written test, aced that shit. I probably aced that shit because I probably memorized the answers real fast. You know what I'm saying? Quick little study guy. But I mean, I ain't really follow that shit. But I just felt I could drive. Got in there, did one little crazy ass move. I'm seeing it now, but it was just dumb. So and then when we pulled off, he told me I failed. I was hurt like a motherfucker. I was like, God damn, how the fuck I failed? But anyway, next one I passed it, it wasn't nothing. That's one of those prepared to fail. Because I damn sure thought I was prepared. And guess what? I failed. Another one crazy, my barber license. You know what I'm saying? So I apprenticed throughout shops for years. I actually went to barber school for a quick little minute, which I'm glad I did. Sam Verley's Barber College downtown the Underground, Atlanta. And I'm glad I did because they were real good. Their whole curriculum was good, but they were definitely good at teaching theory. Those barbers and stylists, you hear theory. They may apply theory to any other thing, but I'm speaking in terms of, the hair industry. But anyway, theory was the first thing before you could really get on the floor. Even though, I did a lot on the floor, but I already knew how to cut. It's a couple of things that I had to, master over years, but went through theory. So I mastered theory, but after a while, I was like, man, I'm not going to keep on doing this school shit. I need to get in the shop. So, I would go cutting shops, and apprentice out of different folks. And I think I apprenticed, man, about 3 years, 4 years before I just took shit seriously. And that's crazy for real. To the fact that where I had to fight for my hours, go to Macon, that's where the Barber State Board is located. I had to go to Macon to sit amongst State Board to fight for my hours. So I actually got 3,050 hours. So meaning if I wanted to move to Cali right now, I wouldn't have to take another test in order to get my license. I just transfer over. Because I think Cali, you need 3,000 hours, 3,000 hours. And I think regular barber license here, if I'm not mistaken, is like 1,800 hours. But because I went through the shop, you know what I'm saying, apprentice throughout the shop, I got like 3,050 actually hours or whatever. But it may be 3,000 in Cali, some shit like that. But I got 3,050. So it would just be a smooth transition if I chose to ever do some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I remember, preparing. It's time to go take the barber test. Of course, you take the written test first, and it's not even the same day. I went and took the written. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff in theory, I remember because it was so interesting, and I love science so much. So took that test, and I mean, it was spot on. A lot of them answers, I was like, what the fuck? But a lot of that shit I remember because it attaches. Man, let me tell you something about barbering. Barbering touches on so many things, the aspect of skin, the body, I mean, the inside, the outside, I mean, this is a whole nother story for another time, but not for nothing. Back in the game, barbers used to be doctors. So I'll start you from there just to show you how in depth detail the book is, you know what I'm saying, on understanding what you have to learn. But anyway, I passed the written test. That was nothing. Now, I don't know if it was a month later, weeks later, who knows? I can't even remember. It's so long ago now. But now it's time for me to take the actual practical test. You know what I'm saying? Now, here I am. I've been so comfortable in being in barbershops for so many years in different barbershops. I pull up, I got my hat backwards, I got my bead swing. I used to wear 2 beads. I got my bead swing, and I'm looking real fly. I'm looking like as if I was going to the shop to cut hair, and this I'm going to take the barber state board exam. So when I walk in there, I'm noticing all these cats with white smocks. They zipping up. They looking real clean. They got on their little Sunday's best shoes on. Now, here I am. I'm Jordan out probably. I'm sure. Jeans sagging, beads, hat to the back. Looking real like, oh yeah, next type dude in the barbershop. But this is how I'm going to take a test. I don't know nothing. I was never told. I was told. I would not say I wasn't told because I had certain people that told me what to prepare for. But I was so comfortable in my element, so I prepared to fail because when I got there, I already knew. I went to shake the hand to one of the instructors. He just looked at me, old school captain. He just looked at me, and I almost took it like wrong, like nigga, you gonna shake my hand, nigga, type shit. But I was like, all right, I'm gonna get through this shit. You know what I'm saying? It was 3 instructors, and I knew then. I said, I'm not gonna leave. I'm gonna go through this whole thing. So did everything. I didn't do this correct. I realized, oh, I didn't do this correct. But the whole time, I'm watching all the things that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And what needs to be done the next time. So next time when I do, you know, take it, I'll be all the way super ready for it. But it goes back to what I was saying. I prepared to fail because I damn sure I was prepared. So I thought, but I really wasn't. And I failed. But it was a good thing. The good thing in that was the next time I went to go take the test, I was so confident and, ready on, oh yeah, I got this type shit. I came in there, my white smock on. I was looking real fly. Actually, I took my father with me. That's crazy. Took my father with me. He was my mannequin at the time. I don't know if they still use you bring live people if they actually use a mannequin. So, but I use a live person. That was my father. So that's when I passed it then, which was a good thing. Licensed master barber. But all these is for other stories. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just really using these examples as me preparing to fail. You know what I'm saying? Even things I do in life. I don't never set out to fail in life. I'm always wanting to succeed, always wanting to take it to the next level. I never try to set up to prepare to fail. You're always in anything that you put your mind to or you set out to do, never prepare to fail. Always prepare for success. You know what I'm saying? My plight is always to succeed. Now, whether or not I run across any bumps in the road or this is that and the third, that's a whole nother story because it happens. That's how life happens. But sometimes when you do run across those roads, some people are more fortunate, well, fortunate to, do what they need to do on the first time around in anything that they do. Some people have to learn second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, don't matter. But I feel every time you miss that mark the first time, you learn something more that you can add to when you finally, you know what I'm saying? You're stepping into whatever you're doing, you're applying it to. You understand me? But yeah, let's not be out here prepared to fail, people. But if we do fail, which I don't even like to call it fail, I just like to call it learned experiences. Just remember what you remember in the first steps that you took to not achieve what you was looking for. Remember those things that you did wrong. That way you can get it right the next time around. You feel what I'm saying? It's like I say, don't hold yourself back. Don't beat yourself up. Just look at what you did and be like, oh, okay, here's what I did wrong. I'm gonna come back on that A1. You feel me? Come back A1. Feel better about yourself because you do have a story to tell. Look, I'm rambling about y'all on two things that's important to have: barber license, especially in my profession, and also driver's license. You need that. So, and these are two things that I failed on my first attempt at getting them. But second attempt, I made it happen. You know what I'm saying? I even got ones crazy for you. So look, even my GED. So I wanted to get my GED. I mean, high school. I went to two different high schools near the end. One in Houston, one in New York. Got kicked out of both of them, but that's a whole nother story. I'll say that for another time. But anyway, so the overall end game was for me to get my GED. I was fortunate enough that my uncle Reggie, he was I want to say a high school principal, yeah, in the Bronx, but he also taught a night class, from GED or whatever. And that's the only reason when my father was like, yo, you need to go get your DD. That's the only reason why I really went, because had he not been a teacher, I wasn't going. If I wasn't going to regular school, what made somebody think I was going to go to get that shit? But I was like, man, if I don't go, I got to hit his mouth and then it's going to trickle over. And I don't feel like, he monitoring me. Well, it's too much going on. So I wound up staying and going. You know what I'm saying? I wound up getting my GED, but prepared to fail. So I remember going to South Carolina that summer, and I remember studying real hard for my GED, no bullshit. And I remember jamming Big Daddy Kane. I had Big Daddy Kane tape. I remember I was bumping the shit out of that all summer while I was in South Carolina. And I remember banging the fuck out of that shit. Studying, really studying. I'm talking about pulling out the books, reading. I'm studying. Came back to take the test, and guess who fails? I failed. I failed that shit. Ain't that crazy? So I really prepared to fail because I really thought I was studying. I was studying, but I failed that shit. Next time it was time for me to take that shit, I walked in there like, man, I ain't even care for real, for real. But I guess that information was already here. It ain't go nowhere. And I went in there and aced the fuck out that shit. You know what I'm saying? So either way, that's three stories of things that I, attempted, made an attempt at, failed the first time, succeeded the second time. Beautiful stories. You know what I'm saying? Those are things that I always remember because I'm like, damn, what did I do wrong? Was I overthinking on one aspect of doing something? Was I too confident? On another aspect of applying to something, was I underconfident? You know, did I think I, So either way, those are good things. Made me who I am today, and I'm still being molded as we speak. But peoples, ramblers, you know me. This is some beautiful air. You know what I'm saying? I suggest anybody, especially if you dealt with, you was around that area where the chemicals, I keep on saying spill, excuse me, chemical explosion happened. The air is bad breathing for you. Go up to any mountain, you know what I'm saying? Take that air in, that elevated height of that good breathing. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I can imagine what Seattle Seahawks fans feel staying out there. They say that altitude is different, that breathing different. But when you're on top of the mountain, You breathe so much better. You know what I'm saying? I'm right here. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all how beautiful it is. You know I gotta turn y'all around, right? Yo. You already know. But yo, good people, as I always tell you, I'm gonna swing up out of here and enjoy the rest of this. I just wanted to ramble with you guys. So lead with love always. Follow with foresight and respect the real. Have a beautiful day. It's a beautiful Wednesday, but you know it's a Friday every day in my book. So we're gonna call this Friday slash Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there. I'll talk to y'all later, Ramblers. Hey, I'm out.